Dear Ellen is being brought to us by Dementia Up Close and Personal, American Geriatric Care Management Incorporated, AG Global Senior Care Management, and also being brought to us by My Own Eva.
Hello mga ka-Dear Ellen, to our subscribers, followers, and guests, and those passers-by in this Facebook Live. Welcome to the sixth installment or sixth episode of the Dear Ellen under the Dementia Up Close and Personal Workshops. So, hello po muli here from the beautiful city of Laguna, California. Ako po ay nasa isang hotel room. Wala po sa opisina but kinakailangan gawin po ito. So, kumusta po kayong lahat? So, today we are diving po into a situation na marami pong mga caregivers na kinakaharap. When someone we love with dementia speaks or interacts to us na parang sinasabing those people who aren't there. We call this is actually not imagination or they're acting. It's very real to them. Totoo po para sa kanila pero sa atin parang it's something very off. And it can be very, very confusing. So it's most of the time scary as if they're talking to a ghost, or sometimes it's funny kasi it doesn't make sense, or sometimes hindi natin alam kung which is true and which is not, or are they joking? So we'll walk through what's happening in their brain today. Pag-uusapan po natin yan, and then hear real caregiver questions. We have 3 questions that was sent to us, and learn how to respond with people who do that to us, to our loved ones, with compassion. So, kinukumusta ko po kayong lahat dyan. Di ko po kayang basahin kasi I recorded this prior because I have a workshop po on that date. So, hello po sa inyong lahat. Hello po. At simulan na po natin ito. So, yung part yung ano po yung brain behind the hallucinations? Yun pong brain natin para yung orkestra eh. Parang konektado yan. Symphony yan. So, like may mga instruments na, kunwari, merong piano, merong violin, parang kinokonduct yan. Marami siyang klase ng mga musical instruments. Ang problema, minsan, nagmi-misfire, sumasabit. So, ano po yung mga parts ng brain natin that are actually a part of how it works? So, we have what you call yung occipital lobe. Ito po yung para sa mga para sa mga apektado po yung sa mata. Yung nakikita natin, it affects the vision. It actually is the one performing the vision function. Kapag yan nag-misfire at hindi na gumagana, masasabi po natin may mga makikita silang mga tao or they see people or animals that are not there. And then meron po tayong sinasabing temporal lobe. Ito naman pong temporal lobe yung sa pandinig. It actually meron tayong mga memory fragments na naririnig nila pero sa totoo lang wala naman. Kaya minsan sinasabi nila meron silang kausap, parang nakikipag-usap sa kanila. Yung temporal lobe po ang nagpa-function doon. And then, yung frontal lobe. So, meron siyang nakita, meron siyang naririnig. Ngayon, yung frontal lobe, ito po yung parang reality filter. Ito yung nagsasabi that ito yung nawawala ng function. So, hindi na nila ma-distinguish alin yung totoo at hindi. So, ito yung reality filter. Kapag yung frontal lobe, na nandito yon usually na mga tinatamaan para sa mga frontotemporal dementia, hindi mo na alam, wala ng filter. Ito, parang magsasabi, totoo ba yung narinig mo? Yung nakita mo, totoo ba yan? O, ikaw na mismo, wala na yung filter na yon. So, and it gets more complicated po. Sometimes it happens kapag nagkakaroon po yung senior ng UTI. Ayan, nagkakaroon ng hallucination. Naalala ko meron ako noong kliyente or naalagaan. Sabi niya sa akin, nasa ospital kami. Sabi niya, Ellen, can you see the ships outside? Sabi ko, ships? Nasa ospital kami. Hindi pa ako trained nun eh. Tumingin naman akong ship. Sabi ko, oh my gosh. Ang tingin niya ay nasa cruise ship kami. Kasi meron doon kasing bintana na bilog. So, alam niyo naman, sa ship, di ba? Parang, at that time, di pa ako trained. Pero inisip ko na lang, yeah. There's so many ships. Para sa ganun, sakyan na lang yung realidad niya. So, nangyayari yon kapag medyo, we have to always check also if wala namang dementia dati. Hindi naman ganyan dati, baka may UTI lang. At kung meron naman siyang dementia dati, bakit gumrabe? Maybe because of some infections. Many caregivers also report hallucination worsening, especially kapag gabi. One tawag doon, yung common phrase is the sundowning. So I keep on saying that kunwari para mabawasan yung ganoon, mabawasan yung interpretation ng ating mga lobes, dahil hindi naman gumagana yung ating frontotemporal, the filter. So, ang gawin na lang po natin, especially sa sundowning, make sure that ibukas yung ilaw para less ang misinterpretation na nakikita ng mata. So, I've discussed that with you guys. So, tingnan po natin ano yung mga, na-discuss mo, ano yung nangyayari sa brain. Bakit nagkakagano? Now, here are some questions na dumating po sa akin, no? This is from Reina. Dear Ellen, my mom talks to someone at the door even though no one is there. So, ang tawag po dito, Reina, ang tawag dito is the visual hallucination. Actually, nothing malicious, no? Even, it's just the brain actually filling the gaps. Yun na yung sinabi ko kanina na kung ano-ano lang nai-imagine nila. So, what would you do kapag ganon? You have to stay calm. At the same time, yung calmness, kasi kapag sinabi mo, wala naman eh, multo yan eh. Yung mismo mong pagiging taranta, nata-transfer, the anxiety is being transferred to them. And gently see, pwede mo sabihin na, sino po yung nakita ninyo? Again, tell me about it. So that alam ninyo kung ano yung sinasabi. Why is she saying that? My tita would always say that, yun nga, yung, may hapon, or meron silang nakikita, may mga tao sa labas. Kasi nung araw, meron kaming laging Bible study. So, ang ginagawa niya is, pag may mga tao sa labas, nasabi niya, papuntahin mo na sila kasi we have a mini chapel at the back. So, sabihin niya, andyan na yung mga tao. Sabihin mo sa kanila, pumunta na sila sa likod. Wala namang tao. But, you just have to go along with it. Or minsan, sino po yung nakita ninyo? O kaya, andyan ang lolo mo. Ayan, kinakausap niya. So what you gonna do? Niya po si lolo. Pakikumusta ako. And then kaya, minsan, kapag gusto mo na baka mamaya tingin niya, i-try mo kung makita niya ulit. Hali kayo, tignan natin, kausapin natin. Kasi minsan baka akala lang. Let's go closer and take a look. And never ever argue. Kasi you will increase the agitation ng tao. Kasi sasabihin mo, ano sasabihin niya? Tingin mo, sira ulo ko, tingin mo, I'm making this up. So, just go along with it. And then, yun naman pong sa gabi, ng midnight, tatawagan ka, sasabihin sa'yo, Dad hears his church choir at night and then gets upset when we don't hear it. So, minarinig siyang kumakanta o yung choir sa gabi. This is actually an auditory memory hallucination, yung tawag doon. Strong emotions that parang totoong-totoo. What do you do? What do you do? So, acknowledge it. At sabihin mo na, that sounds beautiful, Dad. Or, ang ganda naman ng kanta nila. Anong titulo niyan? Kung sabihin na, wala namang kumakanta, 12:00 na. Ano yung kanta nila? Kahit antok na antok ka na, sakyan mo na lang. And then, kung minsan sinasabi niya, nag-ham siya, mag-ham ka din like, may mga naririnig siya. May mga naririnig siya. Kung ano yung naririnig niya, umuo ka na lang. Wag mong kontrahen. And then, offer a peaceful transition when it ends. Kunwari, tapos na yung kanta niya. O kaya, try to redirect na. Okay, minsan when they're humming, what you could do is, kasi minsan nakakaano yun. Meron nga yung, di ba last time, we were talking about, she was saying, yung nanay niya ayaw tumigil pagkanta. Well, as I mentioned, nanay niya kept on singing because maybe may naririnig siyang song, or the same time nag-hum siya na nag-hum because she was trying to soothe herself from its possibly triggers or pain that she's trying to mask, or she's just trying to communicate something. If that happens, that they're hallucinating or meron silang auditory hallucination, just go along with it. Hum also. Or if you're having already a problem because she doesn't have the best voice in town, so what you could do, maybe try to divert to a really music, and that would suit them. Okay? Eto. From Tina. Dear Ellen, galit na galit ang lolo ko and was seeing an invisible dog pooping in the carpet. How do I tell him that there's no dog? Tina, huwag mong sabihin walang dog. This playful hallucination in the brain is trying to make sense of a random stimuli. So, instead na sabihin mo na, walang dog doon, like, kausapin mo rin yung dog. How could you say for Sugar, the name of the dog is Sugar, why did you poop in the carpet? Try to dakutin mo, pick it up, and then laugh, but do not laugh like you're mocking him. No, sakyan mo na lang, like, kunwari, nga, tay, lo, let me clean it up for you. And ipakwento mo, pag galit siya, huwag mo sabihin na, wala, huwag mong kontrahen. Tapos sabihin mo, oops, Sugar did it again. Especially kung paulit-ulit nilang ginagawa. Sugar, ito na naman, ginawa mo naman to, sinabihan na kita. Go along with it and pretend to pick it up. So, kunwari, kukunin mo yung paper towel or kukunin mo yung dustpan or whatever Or sometimes if they really want to do it, it's not going to trip them, or hindi naman sila, pag yumuko sila, let them do it. Ako na po magtapon. Kasi if they want to do it, let them. As long as not going to do something that's going to cause harm. Yung humor, minsan nakakaano yan ng tension. So pag kunwari, agitated sila, magpatawa ka na lang. Put humor as long as it's going, if it to help diffuse the tension, as long as nobody gets hurt. And don't make them feel like pinagtatawanan mo sila. Don't do that, because they will never forget that, and you might end up agitating them instead of helping them. Okay? So, safety and family guidelines natin dyan. Kapag when they are actually hallucinating and you're seeing them, parang si tita, pag sinasabi niyan, nandyan na yung mga bisita. Kasi she always loves to throw parties. Tapos sasabihin niya, maglabas na kayo ng mga inumin. Asan yung handa ninyo? Bakit walang handa? Nagagalit. Sasabihin mo, hindi po, umorder po kami. Umorder po kami, hindi pa po dumadating. Tatawagan ko po ang nitas yung nag-cater sa parties. Just go along with it. So, there's some, if yung, punore, there was a time na galit si tita natin, because she said, asan ang pagkain? Ba't wala pa? They get aggressive. So, minsan, you need to, wag ikaw. Kasi iba kang nainis na sa'yo eh. Try to ask somebody to intervene, Ensure that when they get mad, they're not going to hurt themselves. Meron laging, try to divert, or kuntsabahin nyo yung mga nasa bahay na kung tama yung sinasabi ninyo, or just go along with it. Go along with it. One more thing is, you have to teach your family. Hindi lang kayo yan. Or for those caregivers, professional caregivers, you also have to talk to the families. You have to tell them that what, since you are the one who's trained and you know what's right, remind them, remind them of what's real, but that what is not real to us. Explain nyo na ganyan talaga. Explain niyo na it's not because they're making this up. That's how their brain is misfiring, because they are having brain malfunction. And then use consistent responses. It reduces the confusion. Sinabi mo like, oh, pinapadeliver na namin. Tapos sasabihin sa, ay, nandiyan na po pala. You guys should, especially with the family, you should have one language. Because if they get confused, they will get agitated. And when they get agitated, baka maging violent. So just, again, everybody should be in the same page. Everybody's saying the same thing. Kasi kung hindi kayo nag-uusap-usap, iba yung sinasabi mo, iba sinasabi niya, sasabihin niya, they get confused. Sabi niya, niloloko niyo ba ako? Magagalit. So, okay. And then, okay, this is what we want people to know. Yet hallucinations, hindi po yan random na bigla na lang dumadating. They come from yung brain natin na trying to protect itself and make sense. And we as caregivers are the voices to calm down that storm. Tayo yung mag-a-adjust. Tayo yung magbababal, nakakaintindi tayo. So, again, don't argue. Wag ding mag-shame. No judgment. Wag niyong ipahiya. Wag niyong i-pinpoint yung reality sa kanila, and then join, validate, tapos redirect. Kung meron masakit na yung ulo mo dahil hindi mo matanggap ang katotohanan, simple a little bit redirect instead of like may naririnig siyang kanta tapos naghaham siya, again as I said, i-divert nyo sa isang totoong music. Okay? It's completely understandable that, teka, mali yata itong isang nito na, ito. So, redirect. Meron naman tayo diyang, meron akong nandito na nag-comment po si Linda. Sabi nga niya, bigla na lang po na nawala na lahat. Yung dati araw-araw, she is having hallucinations. Then suddenly po, it's gone. Minsan nagigilty po ako na parang tumigil na, pero at the same time, totoo mo bang malapit ng mamatay ang taong ganun? Yun po ang tanong ni Linda. Linda, it's completely understandable, my dear, that you're feeling both, relieved and a little bit on the edge. Kasi after all that you've been through, any sudden shift in behavior can feel like a mixed blessing. So, sandali may tumatawag sa akin. So, minsan feeling mo na, ay, nakahinga ako, pero natatakot ka rin kasi sabi nga nila, biglang bumait. Naku, baka kunin na ni Lord. So, what actually are you're noticing, Linda, is something many long-term caregivers experience. Ang tawag doon, emotional whiplash. Ayun, pag whiplash, yung biglang buhos. Pagkatapos, biglang nawala. So, when a loved one who struggled for many years suddenly becomes gentler, calmer, and maybe sweeter pa nga, it's natural to wonder if ito ba gumaling ba siya? Wala namang paggaling sa dementia, or the calm that finally comes along after an internal battle is somewhat signaling it's nearing the end. In many cases, yes, there can be a phase wherein yung tao is going to have na may chronic illness, nagiging ganyan. Biglang, uy, ang galing-galing, parang gumaling. Tapos, dumating nga biglang bumalik na naman ulit. Actually, yun yung parang alon alon na hindi mo masabi. So, it may come, it's either konti yung pain nila or you addressing it, but meron din yung mental fatigue as the dementia progresses. And it's kind of also an emotional acceptance of their condition sa atin, but simply aging slowing everything down, including their frustration, nagiging ano yan, nagsumasama dun sa wave na yun. Pero do not feel that, or do not fret, or do not anticipate that it's the end. Go by the day. Go with the flow. Hindi natin alam, hindi po tayo Diyos na kung sakasakali dumating yan, yun na yun. Pero minsan, ihanda na rin po natin yung sarili natin. Walang nakakapagsabi kung kailan, pero alam natin darating at darating siya. Kung kailan, ang Diyos lang po ang nakakaalam. Kahit yung mga doktor, hindi nila masabi. Sometimes they give a prognosis, 6 months, 1 month, 10 days. Pero nandun pa rin sa taas po yun. Hindi tayo ang may hawak nun. So, yan po pag nangyayari yung buwabait or naging nag-slow down, hindi naman necessarily that something bad is going to happen. Deserve minsan, take that time to breathe kapag nangyayari yon. Malay mo, you're doing the right thing, nababawasan ng agitation kaya bumait. Or minsan wala siyang nararamdamang sakit dahil na-address. Pero wag mong isipin that the bad thing is going to happen. Dito po, what helps Linda is observing gently, tingnan lang natin, let's not jump into conclusions. Tingnan na lang natin, maging observe man tayo, natutulog ba ng mas marami o less agitated sa mga usual bouts niya, or kumakain ba mabuti, nakikipag-interact ba, or I think it should be a reason to embrace yung calm na yan for some time. Please try not to feel guilty for enjoying yung shift na yan, ganyan na, ay nakakaiwag. Minsan yung guilty ka na, medyo gumagana, nakakapagpahinga ka. No, you earn that as a caregiver. You earn that. Baka may ginawa kong maganda. Ibigay mong parang badge sa sarili mo na nagawa mo siya eh. Baka yun nakakatulong. But again, huwag mong isipin na the end na yon. Your care, your presence, and the love, may even be a part why he feels emotionally safer now. Siguro you're doing the right thing. Okay, nandito po ako sa part na, malapit na pala tayo matapos. Ang bilis ah. So, again, magbabasa pa ba ako ng ibang mga questions? Hindi pa. So, for those people, na nanonood po ngayon, I hope nakatulong ako. Continue po to send letters. Continue po to give us to talk to us, lalo sa mga nakakatulong. Natutuwa ako dun sa mga followers po na nakita ko, sinasabi na sa ibang pages, follow Ellen Samson, follow, maraming salamat po. Nakakataba po ng puso yun. Nakakataba ng puso. Please help us. Follow po the page. Sabihin niyo po, hindi po si Ellen Samson ang i-follow ninyo. Yung page po. Kasi yung page, malay niyo, knock on wood. Ako rin mamaalam. Alam niyo, pero yung page na yun, yung Dementia Up Close and Personal, yung Ellen Samson Dementia Speaker, it's not Ellen the celebrity or hindi po yun. It's Ellen Samson, the Dementia Speaker, who's calling the movement to educate family members on the right language and approach to care. Ito pong tinuturo ko sa inyo is actually more on the approach, on how we see things. Pakikipag-usap, pakikipagkwentuhan. Hindi po ito yung nagle-lecture ako sa inyo. Nagre-research ako on my own, at the same time I talk about experience. So, para po may masabi ako sa inyo at feel free to call, feel free to leave a message para po na magamit natin, mapag-usapan. Kasi yung pag nagsasabi kayo ng mga experiences ninyo, tapos sinasagot ko, hindi lang po kayo yun, hindi kayo nag-iisa. Marami po tayong mga followers and subscribers and listeners na dinadanas yung problema ninyo. Hindi lang po kayo yon. Meron pa po akong alam ko meron akong gustong idagdag sa inyo na, kasi kanina, meron pong pahabol na eto. Hanapin ko lang. Ito. Ito, meron nagsabi, ano pong gagawin ko? ang nanay ko po ay gusto pa pong gumamit ng scooter. 'Di ba? Gusto niyang gumamit ng scooter. Eh, ang problema po, she is dangerous on this and it becomes weapon. Minsan di niya na alam, nasasagasaan niya, buti wala pa rin pong tao. Today, nag-trip over siya and she can't stay straight and she's all over the place. I am concerned po that she's going to really hurt herself, me, or some innocent victims. How do you handle the motor scooter nightmare? Sinagasaan daw niya lahat yung nadadaanan niya. Anong gagawin niya? Inagwawala. Ah. So, Vicky! Si Vicky ito. Sabi ko, hindi ka nag-iisa dyan. Yung iba nga kotse pa eh. Kotse pa ginagamit. Pag hindi na po pwede, alam mo yon, either, dito kasi sa States, pwede kang magsumbong sa DMV at sabihin mo itong ganito, isususpende nila yung lisensya. Ewan ko dyan sa Pilipinas or what. So, ang mangyari, marami yung pwede mong kausapin, you frame it into safety, but sometimes nga hindi na sila doon, hindi na yun ang kanilang memory, hindi na yung kanilang, hindi na naiintindihan they cannot process any more reason. So, what you can do, pwede mo sabihin sa kanila, oh ma'am, I think mas mahirap yung scooter for you to manage. If you want to go out, baka mamaya may mangyari sa'yo. Pero I doubt kung pakisuyuan mo, kaya nila yan. Yung transport wheelchair, kung gusto niya, pwede rin yan. Pero, ang sabi ko dun sa kanya kanina, nag-text ako, sabi ko, maintenance excuse. Sirain mo, tanggalin mo yung ganito o yung maliit. Sabi mo, ay papagawa natin, sira na or what. Maintenance excuse, o kaya yung battery, disable mo, o kaya yung kung may remote control, Bluetooth, para sa ganun kaya mong i-limit yung speed noon. O kaya, may mga safe alternative, like, eto, bigyan mo ng but most especially, you have to also talk to the doctor. Pero yun lang, kasi sabi ko sa kanya, i-discuss ko sa inyo today, Vicky, disable mo yung baterya. Sabihin mo under maintenance. Okay? So, the goal here is not para to deceive siya, no? It's to protect her dignity while keeping her safe. Think of it like, toddler, yung mga bata, di ba? Para hindi na nila sirain yung mga ganito. Tawag dun child-proof mo yung bahay. So, you're stepping in not because they are incapable, but because they're very vulnerable. Again, creativity is the key. Ngayon, bago po ako, hindi ko alam kung ano yung susunod nating topic, but this is 6. There's an hour, that's the 7th. Let's see. Meron po akong ginawang, ito, gustong-gusto kong i-discuss tong topic na to Topic na to, sa susunod, I think this is number 7. I think 7 or 8. Ito yon. When your loved one says, there's nothing wrong with me, it's not personal. It's stubbornness. It's not denial. It's not stubbornness. It's not denial. It's anosonosia. Anosonia. The brain is saying, I don't see, seeing what you don't see. Sila mismo, kaya ito binanggit ko to because of the scooter. Hindi na nila alam ano yung mali. Hindi dahil sa nagdi-deny sila, kasi nga hindi na ma-process ng brain. And again, to cap it, kapag nakikita nila yung mga multo or whatsoever, huwag kayong matakot. Hindi yun multo. Hindi yun multo. At kung nakikita nila yung mga kamag-anak din nila na patay na, makipag-usap kayo. Just say to it. Para at least alam niya yun na nasa isip niya. At huwag tayong always, when you live in their world, hindi ka matatakot kung ano man yung nakikita nila. Sumama ka doon sa isip niya. Pero huwag kang sumama. Kasi si tita natin sabi niya, Supeng, nandyan na yung bus papuntang San Carlos. Sakay na tayo. Sabi ng mami ko, kayo na lang. Ayoko sumama. Well, you just have to smile and laugh at it sometimes. So, again, sa mga nanonood, natutuwa ako yung mga last time mga taga Florida, hello po. And then taga Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Meron pang Thailand. Maraming salamat. Maraming salamat. At sa mga OFW, tandaan niyo, ang puso na ang pagiging caregiver ay isa sa pinakamarangal na trabaho. And I hope that kung ano po natutunan nyo dito, ipagsabi ninyo. Eto po si Ellen Samson, muling nagsasabing hello and I'll see you again next week. Maraming salamat po. Thank you. Bye. Sa lahat po ng ating subscribers at followers, gusto ko pong ipakilala sa inyo ang aking baby, si... Hello? Say hello to everyone. This is Boba! Ang akin pong baby kasi wala po akong apo. Hello? Everybody na magpapadala ng likes at magpa-follow, ihahalik ko kayo kay Boba.
Dear Ellen is being brought to us by Dementia Up Close and Personal, American Geriatric Care Management Incorporated, AG Global Senior Care Management, and also being brought to us by My Own Eva.